This is the Herd Hour 3, wherever you may be and however you may be listening. Live in Los Angeles, iHeartRadio, Fox Sports Radio, and FS1. Joy Taylor is joining me. This show is flying by. It is flying by. And this hour, we're packed. Coming up in 5 minutes, Michael Vick in studio. I got Trent Dilfer coming up. And best for last, we do it every Monday, the three-word game. Every NFL game can be summed up in 3 words. But, well. Aaron Rodgers on his birthday. Yes, it was his birthday yesterday. After the game, Aaron Rodgers got his wish, and Mike McCarthy was fired. This, of course, means all of Aaron Rodgers' problems are solved. Right? And it was all McCarthy. Okay, because they lost Arizona yesterday. That was all on McCarthy. It should be noted that Aaron now makes $33 million a year. None of the top 6 highest-paid quarterbacks in the league currently lead their division. There's a reason, because you can't afford other good players. Aaron's going to be the highest-paid or second highest-paid guy in this league for several years. Breeze, Ben, Brady take pay cuts. Aaron is not. And so he's going to be forced to play with the younger, cheaper players. And Aaron Rodgers does not like younger players. He's a highly cerebral guy who gets worn out from this rookie from, Louisville, or this rookie from, Washington State. He gets worn out. By the way, he's had 2 major injuries. And this is what I think is interesting. That everybody's like, well, he just needs Sean McVay. He just needs Matt Nagy. He just needs the next young Sean Payton. Really? You think that a newbie is going to walk into Aaron Rodgers, 36-year-old hotshot coordinator, first-time head coach, is going to walk into Aaron Rodgers, and Aaron's like, oh, here, take my career. Go ahead. Hey, it's your team, not mine. No. That's not the way it's going to work. This will always be Aaron's team. For 9 years, all I've been hearing is Aaron can do no wrong. And we got the problem out of here now, Mike McCarthy. So we'll obviously go 15-1, 14-2. But I'll tell you this. You look around the quarterbacks who are really hitting it right now. Goff, Mahomes, Watson, Luck, Breeze, Brady. All of them have very coachable personalities. All of them have an excellent relationship with somebody offensively. Deshaun and Bill O'Brien, Brady and Josh McDaniels, Goff and McVay, Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid, Drew Brees and Sean Payton, Andrew Luck and Frank Reich. All have a very coachable, amenable personality. All of them have an excellent offensive partner, and this is the rub. Aaron's never had that great offensive partner. Is anybody considered Aaron's not real coachable? And there's a reason all these years in the NFL, he's never had a great partner? Like, if it takes this long, you're 10 years into a career and you've never had the perfect partner, maybe it's you. I mean, Goff found a partner immediately. And Drew Brees found a partner immediately. And boy, Tom Brady had multiple guys he worked with immediately. And Joe Montana had a guy immediately. And John Elway, by his second head coach, had a guy he worked with immediately. But folks, I know one thing. Difficult people, the richer they get and the more famous they get, the more difficult they get. Go ask Jimmy Johnson about Marino at the end. Go ask the guys, Brad Childress, who coached Favre at the end. Go ask anybody who coached Jay Cutler at the end. Wealth and fame doesn't make difficult people easier to coach. If after 10 years, you've never had that relationship, that's almost like a guy in his late 40s who's not married. It's not everybody else. Maybe it's him. So you can keep telling me all the issues are solved now with Aaron Rodgers. And what I've said from day one about Aaron, I don't doubt for a second he's Favre Marino level talented. But he's difficult. He is difficult. And the issues will not all be solved for this 35-year-old, twice injured, highly expensive, doesn't want to work with newbies, legendary guy. They're not all going to be solved. I think he'll win a bunch. I think it'll be interesting. I think he's a Hall of Famer. I say over and over, it's great to watch. But if you think everything's solved now, come back in a couple years. It's not. That division's never been tougher.
And this is also something that I think you see in a lot of professions. I'll just speak for men. I'm not going to speak for women. When men get successful, it empowers our point of view. Like, I have a way I see the world. The more successful I become, it empowers the way I see the world. My way's right? It doesn't matter if you're a comic, a sportscaster, or a quarterback. So Aaron sees football a certain way, which is, I'm going to ad-lib out a lot of these plays. Like, this is who I am. This is my DNA, that I'll make it right. You can call the play. 70% of the time, I'll use the play. But about 30% of the time, I'm ad-libbing out of this play. So, this becomes a problem because as Aaron has been empowered, popularity, Super Bowl, Pro Bowls, money, as he's been empowered, his point of view is now stronger than it's ever been. Dan Marino had this. Brett Favre at the end. Once a guy's a legend and has trophies and a pile of money to prove that he knows what he's doing, he just feels stronger about his worldview. And so I think this idea that you're going to bring a young guy in, I don't think that's the answer. Now, maybe you can get a young guy with a perfect personality, but remember, Josh McDaniels for New England is a young guy who's been empowered. He's got money. He's got 6 trips to the Super Bowl, whatever it is. So the kind of person that Aaron Rodgers' personality would demand may be the kind of person that he would butt heads with. Mike McCarthy, I could argue, is kind of the perfect guy, low-key, doesn't want attention, little old school, but is definitely, he's not going to try to bulldoze Aaron Rodgers. You get one of these young hotshots, and they get a worldview, and Aaron's got a worldview. Good luck. And the other thing is about this job is the expectations are through the roof. When Sean McVay took the Rams job, the expectations were save Jared Goff. Just save that thing. And he did. Nobody said Super Bowl. To be honest with you, nobody even talked about playoffs. Sean McVay was brought in to save Jared Goff, the number 1 pick, because he looked like he couldn't play. Matt Nagy was brought in to save Mitch Trubisky. We watched Mitch Trubisky the first year. Yeah, I didn't know if he could play. So those guys come in with much lower ceiling. Nobody says this year McVay's got to win the Super Bowl. Even now, nobody thinks Matt Nagy's got to win the division, though he will. But the guy that comes in with Aaron Rodgers, the expectations are Super Bowl or maybe you're not right either. So there's a lot of jobs out there. I talk to my coaching friends about this all the time. Some jobs sound like they're great. USC football sounds great. But what happens when the athletic department's completely dysfunctional? Is it a great job? Pittsburgh Steelers head coach. Ben's dramatic. A lot of baggage with Ben. Is that a good... Cam Newton is ask Norv Turner. 4 picks against, Tampa Bay. A lot of jobs sound great. You want to know what a great job is? A great job's going to a place that has some good players, but hasn't really done anything. Like Houston's a great job. I got a bunch of good players. We don't have much of a history. Ooh, I get Deshaun Watson. You win a couple playoff games, they're throwing a parade for you. I don't think Green Bay's as good a job as everybody thinks.
Yeah, but it's still only one of 32 NFL head coaching jobs.
But they're not all equal.
No, they aren't. But, you better be somebody who has the opportunity to pass on that if you're feeling like it's not the right situation. I agree with you. You can't just look at, it's a head coaching job. There's an organization. There's people above you.
Yep.
There's different types of fan bases. You have to come in with players that are already there that weren't picked by you or brought in by you. And now you're dealing with Aaron Rodgers.
You don't want to bum at quarterback, but legends come with their own Samsonite.
Especially this particular legend.
Yeah. Michael Vick's around the corner. Trent Dilfer, too. Guys, holiday season. Here we are. The only tip you need for treating yourself and friends great is TommyJohn.com. The revolutionary
men's and now women's underwear. No wedgies. Moves with you, not against you. Go to TommyJohn.com and enter the code HERD for 20% off. They have the first ever Stay Tucked dress shirt. Specially engineered socks that stay up all day. A range of fabrics, all luxuriously soft. If you're still on the fence, wondering if Tommy John would be a great gift, think about